Hi, everybody, and welcome to your Summer Solstice Pick a Card reading. We have 3 piles to choose from today. You'll find timestamps down below, and we'll go through your choices. Pile 1 is the Thoth deck and this golden quartz for the solar plexus for manifesting abundance. Pile 2, we have the Good Tarot and this green aventurine for the heart chakra, which creates love. And pile number 3, we have the Midnight Magic deck and this clear quartz, which is for the crown chakra and raising consciousness. Take your time and pause if you need to select a pile, and we'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. You chose the Thoth deck and this golden quartz for the solar plexus. Let's begin with your tarot. We have Interference, or the 8 of Swords. Then we have the Star, Aquarius. Number 20, the Aeon, Judgment card. And the 9 of Coins, Gain, 9 of Discs. And underneath the deck we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, Earth, Virgo and Capricorn could be here as well, as we have Venus and Virgo for the 9 of Coins. It looks like this is the dawn of a new age for you. The Interference card, the 8 of Swords, someone or something was blocking you. Karma, like just negative interference patterns coming from conflicting frequencies, people, places, or obstacles that felt like you were being kept in place, held back from this abundance that you are due by your destiny. It is karmically meant to be yours. Either that or, rejection is protection. These 2 swords look like they're holding back the other 6. It wasn't the right time. It wasn't divine timing. And with the Hierophant there being the Pope, the higher self, the higher source, and teacher or a mentor, we have perhaps, this is your spirit guide waiting and keeping things in check, saying, I hate to say I told you so, but it was for your best interest. There's a lesson here. He is the teacher, you're the student, and that with patience and faith and perseverance through this, these mental gymnastics or obstacle courses that you've had to go through, it feels like literally these are hurdles, like you're running down a track and you had to jump over each one of those in order to get to this destined fortune. But it's the dawn of a new age now because we moved through eclipse season here most recently in March and April, they were both in March. So I don't know about you all, but maybe if this is your pile, I've gone through a lot of challenges in the last 3-4 months. So it's been, I think, a testing period, a trial of will and focus, determination and faith. But the end result is this, is victory. It's a gold coin, 9 of Coins, independence, freedom of thought, and freedom from being constrained, I think, by your own mind, just self-doubt. A lot of you are conquering. This yellow solar plexus reminds me of the Courage, too, from the Strength card, Leo. And we have Mars and Leo conjunct the South Node right now. That might be transiting a natal planet in your chart, so check it out, or aspecting it, opposing, or squaring. It's a difficulty. Something is forcing change in that area of Leo, the 5th house, creativity, creative blocks being removed, being inspired to create something new for yourself at this time. And it wasn't allowed to come through for one reason or another. Maybe there were karmic debts that you were paying up or finishing up. It's Jupiter and Gemini here is the 8 of Swords. And we just had Jupiter move into Gemini at the end of May. So it's now expanding the mind into the direction of Aquarius, creativity, science fiction, astrology, things that are fantastical and out there, the fiction realm. Some of you could be writers or be called to screenwrite or produce music of sorts. This is ruled by Uranus too, and we have the unexpected coming in. This kind of, now that you've let go of the manifestation, you focus on it for a long time and then you have to forget about it. That's how it comes in your life. If you are lusting for results, then the goalpost keeps getting moved back further. And that might have been the lesson here that the Hierophant was teaching. Patience, Taurus. All right, let's move on to some oracle cards for you, starting with the Alchemy deck. What does pile 1 need to know about this manifested abundance, this creative endeavor coming from the solar plexus, the strength, the courage to put your voice and self out there? We have Pluto that flipped over, ruler of Scorpio, death, transformation, and change, and number 10 being a completion of a cycle here, but it's complete transformation. Things, like I said, going from restricted to flow, to receiving this hand out, catching. It has the Pluto symbol in the middle, but it's like holding its hand out for these gold coins that are coming to you through this web. And there's another kind of like this interference pattern, right? This ladder structure, some kind of elevation, just taking different steps up, graduated steps. Could be indicative of a formal degree, but not necessarily. But it's something that is changing your life one step at a time. So that's why maybe it's felt slow. That's why you felt trapped or held back, because it has been so slow that you don't really notice, kind of like the migration of the, the poles or the ice caps moving, at an inch per year. It's very slow. But it's slow and steady. It's building lasting results. But with Pluto and Taurus, it's transformational wealth. Taurus being the second house of finance. Oh, Pluto is also the planet associated with the Judgment card. It's judgment, it's transformation, like when you go to cross the river Styx or have your heart weighed against the feather by Ma'at. It's like this judgment day. It's time to pay the ferryman. But it feels more with the 9 of coins there. It's like karmic debts coming due. As much as Saturn is the planet of karma, Pluto is transformative karma. You're kind of escaping this web that may have kept you feeling confined or trapped in a cycle. And this is the reward for breaking free. You've learned the lesson that the Hierophant wanted to teach you. So now you're free to be reborn as a higher evolution of your soul, of yourself. A lot of you may have just finished a lot of shadow work, kind of getting these Persephone vibes of returning from the underworld. That's when we had the return of spring, so that makes sense going back as far as eclipse season this year in the month of March, where you're re-emerging, transformed. Now here we are at the height of summer. Everything's on display. Maybe a lot of questions have been or will shortly be answered for you. Okay. Go with the journey deck for pile 1. It's like you're on this new path now. Where's it heading? What do you need to know about this new path? Create. Well, that's the 5th house, Leo. So maybe even when the sun moves into Leo, you'll see a lot of these ideas materializing into their physical form. Mars is transiting Leo, I think, until the end of June at least. I'm not sure on that, but it's giving fire. It's adding fuel to the fire of creativity. It's giving motivation and energy. Like you might feel energized and youthful again, like you haven't in years. Some of you, after all of this death and shadow work, might have gone through some kind of purge that's left you feeling lighter, and the ideas are able to flow more easily to you from your guide, from the stars, the inspiration, higher self or spirit. And then, let's see, underneath this deck, we have boundaries. So closing the door on that chapter, I see this putting this hand up as like a stop. Don't come any further, or this isn't the way anymore. That door's meant to stay closed. And you're meant to write a new future for yourself. Some of you may benefit from writing down your thoughts or feelings about the path if you're going through some kind of grieving process. But it's trying to close the door on the past to keep you from visiting it there, because that's kind of part of the reason that you've been stuck. Even though physically maybe you've moved on, or logically, in your heart that there's still some strings caught there with the spider web. Some cord cutting ceremonies may be in order under a waning moon. Let's see. Your astrology card that flew out is Venus. I'm getting Well, yeah, a lot of self-love this month. Healing of the heart. Venus rules Taurus, too. Give and receive love, find value, and see beauty. So this whole experience, whatever it's been, based, different from person to person, is best expressed in a physical form, because it'll help you see the beauty of the lesson that you just came out of and how strong you are for having made through there. We have conjunction and union merging are coming together. I mentioned Mars possibly transiting a natal planet of yours in Leo, and underneath the deck is a cardinal, so the initiatory energy. We have today is the first day of Cancer in tropical timing, so cardinal signs being Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, a new direction on the wheel, this new path, this creative direction. So all you have to decide is if you want to go north, south, east, or west. But you're free. You're not bound anymore by the spider webs or by the swords of self-doubt. You could even, the pen is mightier than the sword, using the pen to pen strokes, cutting chords and leaving them in the past, or brush strokes, or whatever drumsticks you have as your tool in hand. Queen of the Moon Oracle for you, pile 1. We have the new moon in Gemini coming up in a couple days. Let's see, fruition is the harvest moon, number 37. So that's in the fall time. The harvest, yeah, this 9 of coins, abundance, gain. There's something definitely, you're getting royalties or paychecks for whatever it is that you're creating content. There's some kind of benefit, gain being made from it. And underneath we have change. So the thunder moon, that's the full moon in July. And Pluto being the symbol of change. There's definitely massive shifts coming for you in the realm of physical wealth, health, creativity, possible fame, recognition. But there is a whole new field of opportunity for you. That's beginning with this summer solstice. So we're at the peak of the height of the sun. The strength of the sun is at its highest, and the sun is the ruler of Leo. So the creative juices are definitely flowing for you, pile 1. After an emotional dam has been broken through, released, and a door is shut. All right, a mystical wisdom card for pile 1. Good fortune, invite magic in. All right, so no doubt now that fortune and wealth and gain are on the horizon for you in the next 3 months as we come into the fall, the harvest season. It could be talking about the harvest moon. Find out when that is, and that might be when you start to see the benefit of the work that you're inspired to do during this summer solstice. Going to get an ancestor card for you. Some investments might be coming due for you as well, with the second house in Taurus showing up repeatedly. And then we have the heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. That has to do with Venus. So this could be, again, you just feeling very comfortable in your own skin too. The 9 of coins is typically that single and fabulous card. Plenty to nourish your body, your soul, your mind. You're comfortable, you're rested. There is a period of peace and rest where you're able to enjoy these beautiful things that you've manifested, but you'll be able to, or by taking better care of yourself too, all this time. It's an investment in your future self. Okay, let's see what your angel cards are, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, we have birth. All right. After Pluto, the death of Pluto, we have birth of a new self, of a new career, enthusiasm. Like I said, there's a motivation here with Mars transiting Leo. Take advantage of that. You're just waking up every day excited to create. Can't wait to get to work, doing what you love. And there we are, the blank slate. Yeah, the future is yours to write. Okay, thank you, pile 1, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If so, let me know in the comments below. Feel free to pick another pile if you feel called to do so. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. You chose this green aventurine. aligned with the heart chakra and the good tarot. So let's start by looking underneath your deck. We have the Three of Cups, Three of Water, some celebration perhaps. Let's find out the rest of your cards have to say. Oh, you got 5 cards, by the way. You're the only pile that got 5. This is the Six of Earth, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Earth, the Messenger of Earth, and the Seven of Water. Okay, every card here is earth and water, and even the card underneath is water. And there's 3 water cards, 3 earth cards, and we began the reading with the Six of Coins, the balanced scales of reciprocity. These are soft, feminine energies, water and earth, complement each other. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And we have 2777 for good luck, another balanced value here. We have a masculine and a feminine figure. And the Two of Cups, of course, for the heart chakra reading, the soulmate card. This person complements you in every way. You could have met through a third party or a friend, or through work or at a party or on vacation. But there's a lot of, I feel like it's the beginnings of a new relationship. You're discovering a lot about each other, testing boundaries, testing, subtly, just, well, depending on your value system. But just as an example, it's like, does he or she open the door for me? Do they offer to pay for dinner? Or are we contributing equally? Are we both having, giving good ideas or suggestions on what we want to do or go, where we want to go? But there's a huge exchange of ideas between the both of you. There's incredible flow, comfort, and relaxation. There's no rush whatsoever to get connected. It feels like you have all the time in the world, and when time slows down when you're with this person. The Seven of Cups, it feels like you're painting the future in your mind with this person, like, decorating the house. What do we want to put here? Or where do you want to go on vacation? Or do you want kids? Do you want to have pets? It's like these are all the things you're talking about, your dreams and goals for the future. But you seem to align with each other on every level and agree on what you want the future to look like. There's a lot of stability and security here. The Seven of Coins is, Saturn in Taurus. That's complete responsibility. That's, again, patience, incredible patience here with the Knight of Coins. It's everything. Some of you might like turtles, or you may find this person has like a necklace or, something on their desk. But there's a sense of home, belonging, and security with this individual. Underneath is Saturn. I mentioned Saturn in Taurus. They may have that placement. Another 7, so 777 feels like you hit the jackpot. And Saturn's contracts, that's where we get the wedding ring, is because it's a circle. It's unbreakable, infinite, and karmic. So this person is part of your destiny, whoever they are. You are designed to meet this person. You're destined to teach each other some lessons, help each other grow. But I know, like, some of you are wondering, well, how do I know? Is it just another karmic lesson? Is it just something else meant to cause pain, which is obviously a source of growth, but nobody enjoys it? Or is this somebody I'm bound to for eternity that I keep reconnecting with in order to support each other? And with the earth and water elements here, that's how it feels. Very receptive of unconditional love between one another. Like, I accept you even for your flaws. I'm patient with you because I see myself in you, that we're both human and that we make mistakes. You're very forgiving of each other. Some of you might enjoy Pink Floyd like me, but we're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year, kind of going in circles, right? But, this title of the song is Wish You Were Here. And it's like this person wished for you, and here you are. But with this being, the card of structure and authority and contract, you may very well end up signing a lease with this person or entering into a marriage or business contract with them. I'm getting like horses, ox, a lot of Taurus and Sagittarius. Like somebody's got a strong core or legs or thighs, like to carry a heavy load. You're both extremely dedicated to your work. You may help each other expand your work, whether that's in the same field or different. You might just be an inspiration for each other depending on what fields you're in. Or you may collaborate on something and create something totally new together, which is why the Three of Cups could be a thing, because the third cup is after the Two of Cups. It could be another physical human being or a project, but giving rise to and creating a third element. And from the book, it says to embrace Saturn is to embrace the foundation and become one's own central authority. It's not as dull or easy as it sounds. That's Saturn's secret. So again, that security is something you give each other equally. You each have your own strengths. Where one person's really good in this area and you're not, you complement them in another area that they're not so good. So you make a great team. And I mentioned oxen earlier and stuff. You imagine like a plow, two oxen yoked side by side. They're both pulling their weight. They're both doing equal work. And there's a mutual respect there between the burdens that you shoulder together. And I just cut my archetype deck. I was going to shuffle it, but then I just picked it up. And we have number 17, the Lover, the Swan. And we have, of course, this Green Aventurine representing the heart chakra, and the title of the card is The Heart, the Beloved, the Devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must fully be present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world represents, revealing in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offering. So it's connection, expansion, and devotion and awe. So when you hold someone's gaze for several moments, you'll feel the lover within you awaken. It is common to seek the lover in another. The true gift is finding the lover in yourself. And I think that's what it is. You both recognize that you've done the work, that you've both gone through the lessons of Saturn, that you've both matured to a point where you can recognize and respect how much the other person has grown as an individual, even before you knew them. Okay. How about a journey card for the lovers? I'm feeling Sagittarius in this reading, so travel might have been part of your connection. We have play, also creativity. We're having an open and free mind. We have Mars traveling through Pluto right now, and Mars traveling through Leo, and that's the house of play and children and creativity and fun. So Mars giving fuel to that, giving you inspiration, creativity, and synchronicity. So showing up at the right time at the right place. It's unable to be missed. The things you notice in each other. It feels like a reflection too. Okay. All right. Now, astrology card for you is Virgo, integrity, reverence, and servants. So yeah, I mentioned earth and water signs earlier. This could be you or them. Earthy vibes, hippie vibes, and then we have a trine, angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. That's what began this reading, the Six of Coins, perfect balance, perfect flow, back and forth. And underneath we have the house 8, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. Well, we did mention Saturn is the planet of karma, and it's like this person is your destiny, though. Perhaps you agreed to incarnate together and meet in this life. You've probably shared several lifetimes in the past before, but you're here to help each other transform and face your fears together and create legacies together. Let's see what your angels say about this connection. A message from the angels and ancestors. The synchronicity, it was divine timing, it was the right time. And then we have Lord, take charge with authority. This is more ram energy and elk, masculine, so Aries. The priest card, Hierophant, Taurus, but that's those Mars in Leo, taking action, taking charge. feeling, acting on the fires of passion. Underneath, we have the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. So working in time, in synchronicity with the phases of the moon. Some of you may have worked some sort of love spell or manifestation magic that brought this person into your life. Either you or they did. This also looks like a King of Wands to me. Aries, Leo, Sag. Okay. The Queen of the Moon card for pile 2, please. Queen of the Moon for pile 2. Okay. We have the Thunder Moon, which is changed. That's the full moon in July. That could be when you meet this person. This summer solstice is just the beginning of the season, where in any time for between now and the fall equinox, these things can occur. And then we have the number 40, long night moon, darkness. Okay, so that's in the middle of winter, the full moon. So we have basically January, July. And depending on which astrology system you follow, a January birthday could be Capricorn or Sagittarius. So one of you could have a birthday in that month or July. And this darkness and change together is, making me think of that, doing those shadow works. It's getting the opportunity to transform. This is the darkest. Now we're at the brightest, longest day of the year. In contrast, the dark night moon has to do with the winter solstice. So, and here with the Saturn card being black and white, and we started with the 6 of coins, the scales, the balancing of black and white. You guys complement each other so well, your energies. There is interplay between them. It's the yin and yang. I can see the darkness in you, and you can see the light in me, and vice versa. Some Lenormand cards, and we'll finish up this reading. But yeah, you all are destined to create something at that 3 of Cups under the deck, and then we just had the Child fall out. But then again, this is the imagination of a child, or it could be literal children. But creativity, play. Maybe when you're just messing around, you're goofing around, telling jokes, and you come up with the best idea ever, because of the interplay between the two of you. Anything else for pile 2? The dog, loyalty. Okay, so this looks like a whole family, the 2.5 kids and the dog and the picket fence. And but it's a loyal partner. This person is your ride or die. They will stay with you till the end. Yep. And then we have the letter and the birds. So communication coming soon, whether text message, phone call. They're talking to their friends about you. And the same, you guys are on each other's minds. If you haven't met this person yet, as soon as you meet them, you're not gonna believe who I met last night. And then we have underneath, to finish this off, Saturn. That's it. It's the harvest. It's Saturn having his scythe. It's time too, divine timing. We had synchronicity coming up because Chronos is Saturn. When it's time, it's time. So it's coming for you if it's not already here, but enjoy it when it gets here. Let's see if we can get some angel cards to finish this off. Just heard that song Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. Maybe that'll be playing when you meet them, or you'll be talking about it. We have truth. There's the reflection of each other. And it looks like, they're standing at the altar, saying vows. We have discernment. So very air quality, truth. There's no deception here. I think maybe you or they may have had past partners who cheated, were deceptive, but you're both bare honest with each other. That's why all the getting to know each other slow and steady in the beginning, finding out what kind of person they are based on their values, how they act, how they represent themselves in public and treat people, in your presence. So discernment, it's choosing the right path together or making a decision together to go down a certain path. And one more card. Vision. Truth, vision, discernment. All right, there is a lot. Again, you're visualizing about the future. You both have a vision for the future with the 7 of water here. That you're... So make sure you visualize what you do want and not what you don't. But it sounds like you're both in a pretty healthy place now to where any kind of baggage from the past, you're cutting it away. with Saturn here, letting go of that and ready to start over. Okay, well, best of luck to you. Let me know how it goes, and if you meet this person or if you know them already, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3. You chose the Clear Quartz and the Crown Chakra for raising consciousness, and the Midnight Magic Tarot, which is based on mushroom species. So let's see what we have to begin your reading. The first card is the Queen of Wands, or the Luminescent Panellus, the jack-o'-lantern, I think, mushroom that glows in the dark. And then we have the Two of Cups, all right, the Indigo Milk Cap. We have the Page of Swords, the Deadly Gallerina. All right. And finally, we have the Nine of Wands, the Poison Fire Coral. And underneath the deck, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so the Branched Colibia is that one there. Okay. Tens being the end of a cycle. Nines, exhaustion there. Queen of Wands, Page of Swords. Okay, so this does feel like another partnership, relationship. It's either parent-child, or if it's a intimate relationship, the two parties are different ages, one older than the other. There is a deep richness here in this connection, whatever the nature of it is. These two souls, they go deep, they go back a long way. I know this pile is about raising consciousness and connecting to source, but that really starts in this infinite underground network, you know, that mushrooms grow from, this mycelium. They're all interconnected, and that's oneness. It's part of God consciousness. So despite these differences, these hardships, there's some kind of challenge that both of you have to go through in order to kind of meet in the middle, but you're finding some kind of beauty there, some kind of rest with each other, security. No matter like how bad the storm is raging outside, there is some kind of unbreakable bond between these two, the Page of Swords and the Queen of Wands, regardless of gender. But one has a lot more experience than the other in the world, that's for sure. Or if you're the same age, then it's the age of your soul. Somebody's been here several times more than the other. One's more of a mentor, a protector. Could be Leo, Sag, Aries. And then complementing the air signs of Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So air and fire together, masculine, it's all masculine, except for this 10 of coins. Some people may be their own boss. This could be an assistant or a supporting actor, a supporting somebody who works under you if you're your own boss. Okay, I need some more information about what's going on between these two actors here. With the Lenormand, we have more masculine energy here. The Ace of Cups with the Mars symbol around it. Oh, the ring. It's pretty serious. And the Tower card in this deck. But this is more like institutions, churches, schools, businesses, contracts. This could be like a business contract that you're working on with somebody. Or you met this person at work. Some of you could be dating your boss. Or if you are the boss, you're dating an employee, whatever, that's your own business. And then we have the number 1 card, the Messenger. So there's a lot of communication back and forth. I feel like it's in secret though. Yeah, with the moon underneath there. Of course, it's might be an affair. Just be careful. But there's a plan to kind of, it's like you want to escape with this person and live happily ever after with the 10 of coins. But there is going to be an offer made. It might be the Page of Swords, may not be a person, but the offer itself, the message coming from a masculine to this feminine Queen of Wands energy. It could be somebody even who has their own business. Now it's making more sense. You could get an invitation to a party, a gala, a ball, you know, some celebration. It's at a very, like a fancy hotel or some private property, maybe even a masquerade. There's some kind of intimidation or hesitancy, not wanting to accept. I don't know. But then with the Queen of Wands, it's like you show up and you're glowing, like you blow everybody away. It doesn't even matter what you wear. If you're like worried about what should I wear, and you got to get my hair, my nails done, your soul is glowing. I don't even know. I guess it's like a robin's egg or something pictured here, but it looks like this gem. There's some kind of necklace that you're wearing. Somebody might compliment you on, or they're drawn to it. But there's something about that amulet or jewel that holds a lot of power. Maybe you got it from an ancestor or grandmother. But wearing that out might be what attracts this offer. All right, let's see what these journey cards have to say. It's almost like a Cinderella story, you know. It's like going off to the ball in the castle, and here's your invitation. And it sounds really corny when I say it like that, I know. But it's like a metaphor. It's just, it feels that way almost. These two snakes, right, at the base of these mushrooms, they're kind of circling each other. They're doing a dance. They're hypnotized, mesmerized, seduced. I mean, you could be seduced by the Queen of Wands. They definitely draw a lot of attention. Leo, Sag, Aries. They're the actors, the adventurous people, emotional people. Yeah, fiery, full of emotions. Like I said, one of you could be an actor. And then unfolding. Okay, yeah, it's like the unrolling the red carpet for you, inviting you to come play. And with the moon, yeah, unknown, under the moonlight, come out. All right, so I would say if you get an offer, I think you're going to have an incredible night. Don't be afraid. You're safe with the 10 of coins there. Let's see what the alchemy deck can bring to this reading. Yeah, quite interesting. There's a dance here for sure. And with the Page of Swords, it could be a meeting of the minds, an exchange of wits. This person's attracted to not just your soul that's on fire, but your mind. It's with the two serpents looking like Mercury, the caduceus. Your ideas. And bunch of cards fell. That's too many. I'm going to take this top card. Well, look at that. We have the alchemical wedding. You might be invited to a wedding. That would be number 60. More snakes. Scorpio coming to mind. But also Sagittarius, Gemini. And these could be Sun, Moon, or Rising, or Venus. The alchemical wedding, yes, the coming together, the joining together, the snakes dancing. The rising of the Kundalini, sexual energy and tension building to this apex event. Anticipation is building. That's what it is. It's like long mental foreplay. Let's see. How about an archetype card? Ooh, the shapeshifter. Number 15. 15 is the devil card. We have 15 and 60. Okay. So 6 and 6. Oh, okay. So the shapeshifter, to me, maybe when you meet this person, like the first impression could be deceiving, or you could. It's like imagine a rich man dressed in rags, you know, and you meet him on the street and you give him some money, not knowing he's a millionaire, and they're not. And then he's like, wow, you're so generous and kind-hearted. Would you come with me? I'd love to host you at my place. Let's, you know, whatever. So just a scenario. But something like that. Someone's not who they seem to be on the outside. Or maybe they have to have this hardened, serious, business-like appearance on the outside. And really, that's not who they are behind closed doors. Once they clock out for the day, it's like, okay, I can kick my shoes off and be me. And that's what this person wants you to see, is the real them. Okay, so the shapeshifter, though, is the trickster, the elusive, the formless. This comes back to Mercury again, ruler of Gemini and Virgo. So trickery, shapeshifting. It has a love of theater, games, and trickery. I mentioned actors. Its energy appears as one thing only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shapeshifter card appears, it's important to imagine you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focus lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagined. Be wary, though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long-term with the shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. I mentioned the dancing snakes. So, like circling each other around a central pillar, it gives you the caduceus. This person could be a doctor, a healer, or you could. Because with number 9 of Wands being the wounded healer, it's like that Chiron energy of Sagittarius. You or this person could be into medicine or alternative healing or traditional, but Scorpios make a really good surgeons because they deal with the 8th house of death and transformation. But it's like this, yeah, reptilian energy, shedding of skin. Somebody who they could work with dermatology or plastic surgery. Okay. Now, and I had given the example of like the lighter side of a shapeshifter, the positive aspect. And the side note says the ultimate shapeshifter works undercover in service of the greater good. The diminished shapeshifter becomes a people pleaser. Okay, so, and also you have to be careful of losing yourself or trying to be a chameleon in order to fit in to a certain place or try to appear as though you belong there. So I guess it's up to your own discernment when it comes to that, whether it's you or they being the shifter. And the shapeshifter is related to the mask. Notice if these cards come up together in one reading. If so, you are in the realm of heavy theater, illusion, possibly deception. Okay, I did mention a masquerade, a ball. That's crazy. Okay, so mask might be physical or metaphorical in relation to this person. But the unfolding emotions too. Maybe somebody's being very dramatic. They could be manipulative in that sense, and they get you to feel sorry for them and then try to, manipulate you into doing what they want. So be careful of that, of course, that trickster energy. But unfolding emotions, it's like this person is becoming and revealing more of their true authentic self. Maybe they don't want everyone to know that they're a billionaire, so they disguise themselves as a regular Joe, and so they don't get treated differently, and they try to find that person who's not just using them for their money or trying to be a shapeshifter in order to get their money. So let's get a Queen of the Moon card for you. We have protection. All right, so it looks like you're kind of protected against deception here. Number 24, which looks like this symbol of Jupiter, another masculine energy. But you're protected for your travel, wherever you decide to go. If you go to this party or you accept this invitation, you can feel safe in doing so. And then we have number 42. Look at that. 24, 42. Those might be significant numbers for you, but the lunar god, the masculine energy, showing up twice now with the dominant energies of air and fire in this reading. Somebody's pursuing you for sure. They want to get you maybe on stage. They want to invite you into their club, their circle. They want to hire you as an employee. But they're sizing you up. They're dancing with you and evaluating. All right, some angels and ancestors for us, please. Okay, we have warrior, be fearless and stand strong. All right, very similar imagery here. All these masculine figures, it's like you're highly protected or they're able to provide protection to you. Security for sure with the 10 of coins under the deck. In the reading, this person definitely stands up for what they believe in. They have strong convictions and morals. They're proper. They're just evolved in a way. This is like the highest expression of a healthy masculine energy. All right, and how about a mystical wisdom card? We'll wrap this up soon. for pile 3. Choices. Make the best choices. Yeah. I'd say choose to accept the invitation. And then underneath we have Dragonfly, live life to the fullest. So I guess don't sell yourself short. Don't look back on something and say, gee, I wish I would have taken that offer. I wish I would have, you know, gone to that party or whatever. Don't do that to yourself. So I just opened up my Making Magic deck, and the last time I handled these cards was over a month ago. So this was underneath, One Enchanted Evening, The Perfect Night. So expect that to come into your life fairly soon. And well, we have, you know, these emblems down in the bottom. Ace of Hearts is Ace of Cups, and under here we have the Ace of Clubs, which is the Ace of Wands. So a lot of passion, a lot of love. The full moon in July may be exceptionally powerful for you. That might be around the time this takes place, or August. All right. We have Goddess, Healing Feminine Energy. This person, or you, if you're the masculine, will make this person feel like a feminine woman, like you'll allow them to be in their fullest feminine expression, or you will be allowed to be in your feminine expression. Insight opens a third eye to strengthen intuition. So I think your gut is going to tell you the answer. Your gut's going to let you know to trust or when to trust. Okay, how about some angel cards, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh, I almost forgot an astrology card. Astrology card. Or this person's going to treat you like a goddess. Or you'll be treating them like a goddess. And then we have House 1, House of Aries, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. They definitely feel like a leader. You know, with all the masculine energy here, they're a boss. They own their own business. They are in charge. I mentioned Scorpio earlier, or they could be a doctor, or into medicine, intuition, exposing, purging, and renewing. So that's the death and rebirth, and with the serpent imagery being there again. This person could have a snake tattoo, actually. So all right, let's see what your angels have for us to wrap this reading up. Okay. We have creativity, 5th house. There's that Leo again. Clarity. Yep, seeing clearly from a distance. And one more. Education. Okay, so clarity and education. I like learning. Somebody's studying up on you. Somebody's watching you create, or what you're working on. They're admiring you from a distance. I feel like some of you may have a secret admirer, but or this person could also help you expand your education, or you could meet them while you're in class learning something. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 3. Take care till we see you next time. Bye.